Hello, guys. Good morning. This is Maggie, your fearless marketing coach. Today, yes, I'm live. Thank you. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Um, Today, I felt inspired to share with you a technique that I have learned some time ago, and somebody reminded me this actually yesterday. So, this is called 7 steps to transform your fears into the power. And actually, this is very, very simple technique that is really helping me every time I feel stuck or I feel really fearful. And sometimes I feel like I don't know what to do really. I feel scared simply, and we are living in a transformational time, as one of my friends called this pivoting time, and everybody is thinking about optimizing their business. But actually, these are the times when nothing is really certain, and the situation is really dynamic, and the news are quite pessimistic right now. So any change in the business is triggering additional doubts and additional fears. So I thought that this might really help you guys, and you would need actually 2 tools to do this. You would need any kind of a notebook, paper book. I'm using this kind. This is my actually journal. So this will be kind of journaling exercise, and you would need a pen for it. So after I finish, you can have a homework with this little exercise. The exercise is about using the journaling technique in a very specific process. The journaling is helping in many, many ways. Actually, it helps you to crystallize your thoughts and first to put the thoughts on the paper. Actually, it is much better and it is working much better when you are offloading your thoughts on with pen and paper, not with a keyboard and computer. I don't know why, but this is a completely different process. So I highly recommend to use pen and paper. And the journaling works if you journal for more than 10 minutes. I think you need this introductory time really to offload all the thoughts that are spinning in your mind. So the moment you are having your pen and paper, lock yourself in a really safe location, so nobody can not interact but interfere. Yes, nobody can interfere with you. So this is not broken time. You have to be concentrated for at least 10 minutes. But usually it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes, and I do it before sleep. Sometimes I do it during the day if something really needs my extra attention. So I think that we have technical things already established, pen and paper or notebook, about 10 to 15 minutes writing. And it works it works for people who hate writing. I know, especially men, they don't really like to write, to construct their thoughts in writing, because it reminds them the school and the time when they had to prepare their essays, and it was so hard to to put their thoughts, to pour their thoughts on the paper. But right now, your mind is completely free. There is not a specific topic you are going to write on. So this should be much more easier process. And what we are going to do, this is the tool that will help you to transform your fears. So first, and step number one is really to become aware. What is the fear? What are the fears that you are experiencing? So you start with listing all the fears and all the emotions that you are experiencing. Basically, you just write what is happening now. How do you feel? What kind of fear do you feel? What kind of emotion is there? How does it what kind of I'm trying to say, what is happening in your body? What kind of sensation do you experience in your body? Is it a stomach? Is it a throat? Right now, for instance, my ego is is trying to attack my throat and to intimidate me. So I will just take a sip of tea. Yeah, it's better. Thank you. So awareness. Step number one is really the awareness. You make yourself aware what particular fear is there with you. Step number two, it is the acknowledgement of that fears. Actually, you can even write the sentence, can I acknowledge my fear of XYZ? Or I am acknowledging my fear of ABCD. And you basically create such sentences for every fear that you are experiencing. The fact that you are acknowledging the fears means that at this moment you are actually confronting with your ego, which is actually putting these fears into your mind. And you remember already that ego's job is to basically to withdraw you from your path into the greater things and from growing, because ego wants you to settle down and not to move. And your brain is trying to save the energy, which might be needed uh, for security, for safety. So acknowledging the fact that you are scared and recognizing the particular fear is the first step to transforming them into your power. Now, after the offloading and making the list of all the fears, acknowledging the fact that they are with you, you are actually honoring them. So not only seeing them, but you are allowing them to be. If you honor your fears, hi Jess, if you honor your fears, it means that you give them a right to fully show themselves and to fully express themselves. But it doesn't mean that they are dominating you and they can possess you in a way, because it is still you who are in charge. And you have your greater ally, who is your higher self. You remember I was talking about the intuition, in other words called higher self. And you can actually, in step 4, ask how your higher self sees that situation. How the higher self and how the intuition sees each and every one of these fears. And you start writing, and you get the answers, and you get the particular recommendations even from your higher self, what you can do about those fears or those feelings. What happens is you can hear like, oh, come on, on. This is not that scary. This is bullshit. And really, I mean, it happened to me like, oh, come on, stop playing dumb. You know what you need to do. So that was kind of a, nice kick in the butt. But sometimes, and we need it. Huh? Let's face it, we need it. We need somebody to kick us and kick our asses. But sometimes there are very specific solutions which are coming from your higher self. It could be the meditation practice. It could be the instruction or recommendation to look deeper, search for more information, or doing particular steps. It could be a recommendation to call someone, to prepare the message, or to write a post on a particular topic. And you don't ignore it. I mean, the information which is coming from your higher self, this is direct sort of download from the universe. And you know that the universe knows everything, and the universe knows the shortcuts for our journey. And the universe has our best interest in mind. So if you hear something which might even sound ridiculous if you're a beginner, weird, don't ignore it. Just make a note, look at that note, and do it. Do it without changing it, because once you finish your journaling, it might happen that again your ego will try to shut you down and will tell you, no, this is stupid. I mean, think about it. Don't let it happen. You just remember that this is you. You are in charge. Your higher self is in charge. Your mind is in charge, not your ego. Everything which is happening, even things which are happening right now, are happening for you. And try to find this positive thing, positive emotion or positive experience in it. This exercise, actually, this is step number 5. You will have this list of actions that your intuition gave you. And right now, you can release your ego to look at it freely. And your job is really to shut down your ego. To shut it down, take a decision that you are in charge. You are running the show. You are brave, you are courageous, and you are taking the decisions. All the decisions are taken by you. So the last step number 7, is actually to make the steps, make the actions, take the steps and make the actions that your intuition told you. If you do that, really the miracles happen. I mean, you are going on the other side of your fear. This is also the sign for the universe that by taking the aligned action, you are deciding, this is how you decide to play for your business. And the universe will support that. The universe will send you extra power. This is really 7 steps process, and I will repeat these steps to make it easier for you. But this is the process that works every time. Every time if you go through this process, the good things are happening. The fact that I am fearless marketing coach happen due to or thanks to heavy offloading after one shitty launch when I didn't know what went wrong. It was really difficult for me to pull it together. I felt dramatically scared to go again live and to show my face again for my brand. But during this process, I not only receive the information that actually I should concentrate on helping people with what I am experiencing. I am experiencing fears and self-doubts and all of that, the same you are experiencing. I am just more I am further on this way, so I have more tools helping me to cope with that. And right now, I know that if I feel any fear, if I feel the fear, I know that this is just the energy. It's not real. It feels real. You have the sensations in the body, but this is nothing but the energy and nothing but ego. And you can actually push it away if you are consciously working on that. Full stop. So now I will repeat again the seven points. So point number 1, awareness. What is happening now? And you list the body, the emotions and your body sensation. Point number 2, acknowledgement. You acknowledge all the fears, you create the list of that fears, and you acknowledge the fact that they are with you. Point number 3, you ask the question, how my higher self sees that, and you receive the answers. Point number 4, your higher self will give you suggestions of the actions that could be taken to fight the fears, or you will hear some, kicks in the ass that some of the fears are a little bit, overreacted. So you can put your shit together. Point number 5, you create the list of the actions that you decide and you take the commitment to do. And point number 6, you release your ego on the list. So you just observe quietly how your ego is shouting, and you shut it down. You tell it, thank you very much. I see you. I know what you're trying to do, but I am in charge and I decide that we are going to do this. Full stop. And point number 7, you actually go and do the thing. Enjoy, guys. I'm sure that it will not be easy the first time. It might not be easy the second time. But the third time, it will be far easier because you will be already aware what is happening. And this journaling experience helps me, every day. And helps me especially when the fears and self-doubts are happening. So go and prepare your journal, start journaling, and start confronting your fears, because really the miracles are happening if you do that and if you know how to do this. Enjoy and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Much love to you.